We've talked about the Tucker controversy and the way that has gone down. Some of the people that have come out to speak up for Tucker, I didn't necessarily anticipate, including, how about NFL Hall of Fame quarterback Brett Favre weighing in on what he feels is unfair treatment that Tucker Carlson is receiving. Listen.
I was on a show about a year ago, and I got to spend a little time with Tucker. And much like yourself, just a genuine good guy. And that also lended or persuaded me to speak out, because I really felt like that he was genuine. We had dinner the night before. Me and my wife spent some time with he and his crew, and I got the impression that what you see is what you get, and that's important. So I'm for the good guys.
What I would say here, Buck, in general, and I think this is a good life lesson for everybody, your public and your private life, at some point, no matter what you do for a living, are likely to become intertwined. And what I mean by that, even if you're not a celebrity, celebrities have dealt with this public versus private dichotomy for a long time. One reason that I think people are rallying around Tucker to such an extent is every video that is being leaked about Tucker Carlson from behind the scenes privately, that were not these videos that were not anticipated we would ever see. Everybody's watching them and being like, yeah, Tucker's pretty much the same guy that he is on television as he was in his private life. The public and the private are not diametrically opposed. I think that's true to a large extent for both of us, Buck, which is why I don't really worry. I have a public profile when I'm at college football games, everything else. What are you really going to say about me that's different than what I would say on the radio show? I think Tucker is that way too. Makes it really hard to attack someone when they are their authentic selves.
I mean, it reminds me of when I was meeting some of Clay's really lovely and friendly fellow Franklinians or Franklinites. And about 2 or 3 minutes of the conversation, it's a beautiful scene. We're out there in the grass. There are bands playing. Their booze is flowing. Not Bud Light. The booze is, by the way, Clay made the Daily Mail with his Bud Light video, everyone. We're going to have to put this up at clayandbuck.com so everyone can see. So go to clayandbuck.com. You'll see he had this video that he took of the Bud Light cooler. Well, one was a cooler of Bud Light and one was other beers to see. And no one drank any of the Bud Light. No Bud Light was being consumed at this event. And we didn't tell any. It just was the choice that everybody made. But as I was talking to your neighbors out there in Tennessee, a couple times I caught myself because I was like, the southern border and the Second Amendment and Biden. And I'm like, I'm sorry. It's a lovely day here. I need to stop. So we're the same all the time, folks, for good or for worse, for better or for worse.
And I think that's an instructive lesson, because I think a lot about this with my kids, and I'm sure you do as well with social media and what they're putting out there into the world. It's hard to get blown up if you are as you profess to be, both privately and publicly. But I think, again, people in the public eye have had to think about this for a long time. But one of the biggest changes I would say that's occurred in the last 6, 7, 10 years is everybody's now in the public eye. You can go from totally anonymous to suddenly #1 story on Daily Mail, Fox News, CNN.com in the space of about 30 minutes. So are you prepared? Are you living your life in a way that if that were to occur, people would, that know you, mostly say, oh, that's the person that I know? If the answer is yes, that's the ultimate armor.
Yeah. The only safety in this era we all live in, folks, is truth and authenticity. If you just speak the truth and you are who you are all the time, it doesn't really matter. And it's true of people in media, but it's true in all of our lives, all the way that we act. And, unless you want to be a leftist, the benefit of being a leftist is you get to promote things publicly that privately you hate. You get to do things that you say other people shouldn't do. That's the upside. It's like a Beelzebub style. You just get to kind of make it up as you go along.